Dana, does it leave you shaking your head? She wants jobs and food from the Department of Justice, which is a law enforcement agency. Where to put jobs on a truck and ship it to Chicago? It makes no sense.
It reminds me of when the previous administration said that the reason that terrorism exists, Grant, is because there aren't enough jobs in the areas where terrorism exists. It's silly, and it shows a fundamental misunderstanding of what's actually going on right now in Chicago. And it's not going to be free housing, and it's not going to be education, although education is always important. But I dare say, actually, let me walk that back. A little education on how the justice system works, a little education on the judicial requirement for prosecuting felony gun charges. Because according to the former PD, the superintendent of the Chicago PD up there, Grant, you and I've discussed this 11,000 times, really the driving factor of Chicago's crime is a group of 1,400 individuals, all repeat offenders, all of whom could have been put away on felony gun charges. But yet, in a gun control city like Chicago, they didn't want to prosecute those and bring those up. And then, even if they are, it's almost like the judges are hesitant to even throw down the minimum mandatory.
So it gets even more simple than that, too, Dana. Not only are the same 1,400 people committing the crimes, it's in the same 3 neighborhoods in Chicago, all between about 12 o'clock at night and 4 o'clock in the morning. So they know who's doing it, they know where they're doing it, they know when they're doing it. Why wouldn't you send more law enforcement into those places to stop the violence, arrest them, put them in jail? You got to get the judges on board.
I don't think that the Women's March has a very high opinion of law enforcement, Grant, so that's probably why they didn't suggest sending in law enforcement. Of course, you know, just a couple of days ago, it was the same group, Grant, that said happy birthday to Assata Shakur, a convicted cop killer. Yet I'm the violent one, but yet they're celebrating convicted terrorists and convicted murderers and convicted cop killers as well. But no, and ultimately a repair of the judicial system and quit treating it as some sort of rehabilitation clinic. And that's step one. That's step one, because police are tired of catching and recatching and recatching the same repeat offenders over and over again.